Welcome back, Tech for Road channel here. And that, I need to pick it up. That is the Syma Selfie drone. And I believe it's the first one which I truly believe could put devices like the DJI Spark on pressure. Because it has nothing to do with, let's take the JGRC Selfie, the two generations. This one is much smarter and much better controllable. It doesn't come with a remote controller, so you completely entirely rely on your smartphone. And even though it's just a smartphone which controls it, I believe it deserves your attention. Let's go ahead, the maiden flight unboxing and a bit of review starting right away. This selfie drone for the first time appeared on CES 2017. The official retail price is $199 and you can get it now from Banggood at almost 1/3 of that price. We will get to the point of flight performance, and as usual, let's see who and what we have to deal with. Because I do not live in the USA, I've never heard of Hobbyco before, and they seem to be huge. Syma is a minor part of their business operations, and the website is very beautifully designed. We can also confirm their design efforts by looking at the box. Excitingly decorated, and you may get hyped about what is inside. Most of the important specs are on the box. 8-megapixel camera with image stabilization, follow me option, 360-degree panoramic video, and GPS, which guarantees safe return to home. At least in theory, that should be close to some of the DJI product functions. Inside, the box is as nice as on the outside. Everything is tidy and well designed. Spare props, a 2-amp charger, USB and prop guards, and also this lovely user guide, which is very detailed and perhaps is meant to quickly get you up to speed with what's needed. On the drone stamp, there is a recommendation to use the blade guards, which I won't follow now, because I will mostly fly outdoors. The microUSB port and microSD slot are located on the backside, and on the front, the camera with an ultra-bright LED. On the bottom side you will find the power button and an obstacle sensor. We can see the cover underneath which are the internals. The arms are folded, and apparently it has dimensions similar to a smartphone, just 2 to 3 times thicker. The motors inside are brushed and similar to many other drones. I will have to disassemble to confirm that, but they may be the same as those in the Syma X5c, and if that's the case, spare motors are dirt cheap. Curiosity is curiosity, and I had to look under the cover. My hope was to get easy access to the battery, and there was no such option. You can see the internals, and the battery is located below the board, and I decided not to risk disconnecting the antenna and the camera cable before the maiden flight. Maybe later on. Capacity is 750 mAh, 2-cell, and claimed to operate at 7.6 volts, although I suspect it operates at 7.4. Having no quick access to the battery has both a good and a bad side. The good side is that you won't be tempted to spend more money on spare batteries. The bad, you are unable to fly more than 10 minutes per 2 hours. This is how long the charging cycle will take. The great benefit of charging via microUSB is the option to do that via a portable battery. And I so much hoped to see similar option on the more expensive DJI Spark, but no. The transmitter for this drone is your smartphone. 2.4 Wi-Fi, which is stable, and I'd say among the best 2.4 non-boosted options. Certainly the best among all the budget selfie drones. With the app, you have most of the standard drone controls. Looks like the app can't use the phone's gravity sensor for a Wii joystick-like control, but in fact it is convenient enough, and the GPS lock is doing excellent job on keeping it steady. The first time you're connecting, there's a tutorial running. Read it carefully, because that pays off later when you're in flight mode. I'm on a few charges already and impressions are mainly positive. The startup procedure is annoying, because almost always it is asking you to do compass calibration. And you often get reports about geomagnetic interference before taking off. The more you fly, the faster you get through the procedure, but still, it is worth about a minute of preparation time at least. Once you take off, the fun begins. Recording from the camera happens even without the SD card, directly on your smartphone. The Follow Me's algorithm automatically detects what needs to be followed. And if you do some rapid movements, you will of course go out of sight. Under certain circumstances, the Follow Me could be good enough to chase you while you're running, but let's be fair, won't be more often than half of the attempts. The more you practice, the more realistic you become at your expectations from the camera, and the better results you will get out of it. And so, most of the fun drone elements are available. You have full control over directions, even a 360-degree video is possible. The picture quality is acceptable, in fact, surprisingly good for such a small lens and sensor. The drone weighs around 130 grams, while an action camera is around 70 or 80, and in that weight, we count the motors, props, frames, and so on. Do not expect action camera grade quality. And as you can see, it is satisfactory enough to get some footage to share over social media and, I quote here, will make you instantly cool. In my tests, the battery lasted for around 8 minutes. I wish there was status percentage in the app, but even with the on-screen status, you get the idea of how much time you have left to fly. As for controlling distance, make sure to stay within 10-15 meters. Maximum is rated to be 20, which is around 66 feet. So that is the flight experience with the brand new Syma. Actually, this selfie drone is good. It's enjoyable to fly with. I did expect a bit of a different experience after having tried other selfie drones like the JJRC, Selfie and so on, which don't have a GPS lock and it's really tough to control them with just a smartphone. I think Syma have done a brilliant job with the smartphone app, and the control is not that bad. My remarks going direction the altitude hold seems to be very unstable, so there seems to be an issue with the barometer, or probably they just need to improve it with a firmware update. But the GPS was really brilliant, and overall it was fun to fly with. I didn't expect much from the Follow Me function, which at the end worked. Not brilliantly, not like the Spark, because it has a gimbal and can compensate all the shakes, but for a drone which costs that less money, you know, I think it really is a good one. And you can see the footage, the quality is actually very and surprisingly good for a 2-megapixel camera. That has been all about this review, and I'm really curious to find out what your opinion is. Would you invest $60 in a device of this type, aka selfie drone, or you prefer to buy something with a joystick with a transmitter that would give you better control options? So what is your preference? Better camera and smartphone control, or worse camera and a transmitter? And I thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully, if you liked it, you're going to take a few seconds and use the share button, like, subscribe, enjoy life, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!